Hello and assalamu alaikum everyone. Actually, I was running the MPI on the Ubuntu because I use Ubuntu usually on my laptop. But I observed that most of my students were facing some issues to run the MPI4py on the Windows system. So I have decided to explain the tutorial and practically do that. Tutorial is the same, which you can find that on my blog post. But I needed that I must explain this practically, that how to install or run the MPI on the Windows. So what you have to do, this is the exact tutorial. Actually, I will explain where we actually face the issues. The first one is that we have to install the MPI, and the link is given here. You just click there, and from the Microsoft you have to download the MPI. Okay, you just click there. So there are two files. The one is the MPI setup, and the second one is the SDK. uh, the both would not be downloaded at the same time, so you have to download one at a time. Okay, just click on that, and after downloading that you can refresh this page. You can go toward the download again, and you can download the MSM, the SDK. After downloading the both files, you can go to the download folder. uh, After going into the download folder, you can see that the SDK file is there, the setup file is there. So you will need to install both these files. Okay, so I'm not going to reinstall it. This is a simple processor to install. This is a simple process. There are no complication in that. You have just you just have to click on that to install these both files. So what we have exactly did, we just installed the both files of MPI. So the next thing which we will need is we will need to install the Jupyter, but before Jupyter we need to install the Python. Okay, so I'm going to click on this link, and if you want to know that either it is installed or not, then you can go to CMD command line interface, and there you can write the Python sorry, Python hyphen VRSION. Okay, because I have installed the Python, so this will give me the versions of this particular Python. As you can see that the Python 3.12 installed, but in your case this may reply that the Python is not installed. But if the Python is installed and this give you the reply that Python is not installed, then this may be due to the Python 3, because if you check that in an Ubuntu, then it need a particular way. For example, it will asks you to write the Python 3.3, then after that you will write the versions. Okay, so this may be one issues if you are using the Ubuntu or any other operating system. Okay, so this is the Python download. What you have to do is you have to just click on the download Python, and the file will be downloaded. Let's go to the downloads folder. Here is the Python. Okay, you have to just click on that. It will be automatically installed, but only at the end of that it will ask you about the path, that either you want to add this path to the variable environments. So at that time you will click on yes, because it is very important to add the path to the environment variable. If the path is not added into the environment variable, then Python will not work, the MPI will not work. But don't worry, if you have installed the Python and its variables environments are not settled, then I will guide you that how we can set that from the setting from the environment variable. Okay, let's go back that what we have did at that time. we installed both of the file of the MPI. We have installed the setup file, we have installed the SDK. Okay, both of them are installed. The third thing which we have did is that we have installed the Python. Okay, it is Python 3.12. It depends. The MPI can run on any Python 3 version. The fourth thing which we will need is that we will install the Jupyter. So once you should go again to the CMD command line interface. The simple code to install the Jupyter is pip install Jupyter Jupyter. Once you will click, this will automatically install the Jupyter on your system. Pip is actually a Python command. So if your system recognizes the pip, it means that the Python is installed, and on behalf of that, because the Python is installed, you are able to install the Jupyter using the pip command. So if the pip command is not recognized by your system, this means that the Python is not installed, or the Python variable is are not properly settled. So I'm not going to run this code. I'm not going to give this command to the computer to install the Jupyter again, because I have already installed that. And if you try that, it will say that the it already satisfied because the Jupyter is already installed. Okay, going back and check that what we have did, we have installed both of all the MPI. Okay, we have installed Python, we have installed the Jupyter. Before going to open the Jupyter and start writing any program and checking that either it is running or not, first we must go to set the MPI environment variables, and how we can set where we will get the environment variable from the for the Python and for the MPI. For example, if you need a Python path, then where we can get that? In a Windows, if you are using the Windows, open the command line interface and write where Python. Okay, this will give you a path to the Python. Okay, both of the paths are shown that actually Python is installed there. So this is a very important part to set the environment variables for MPI and Python. So let's go toward that, because this may resist you. This can create some type of issues for you. From where we can go? From your PC, click on the properties, and in the properties you should go to the advanced system setting, and in the advanced system setting you can go to the environment variable, and in the environment variable you will go to the system variables. Okay, there are two windows. One is related to system variables, one is the system variables. In the system variables you should go to the path. As you can see here, this is a path. Double click on that. Here you can see that the paths are added. As you can see, the Microsoft MPI path is added here. This was not added during the installation. I exactly copied this path and added there. So you have to just click here, click on the new, and after new you have to just paste the path of MPI. So here is once again a question that from where we should get that path. You can get this path where you have installed the MPI. So definitely this will be in somewhere in C. Okay, so in a C, we are going to program files. In a program files there is a Microsoft MPI, and in the Microsoft MPI there is a folder bin. Okay, let me show that. The C program file Microsoft MPI bin. So click here and just only copy that. Okay, after that you should go to the environment variable from properties. In the properties, advanced system setting. In the advanced system setting, environment variable, and environment variable, there is a system variable. In system variable, we click on the path, we click on the new, and we just paste that. Okay, but I'm not going to add that because I have already added that. The second thing is you will also need the user variables. For example, you can see that the Python variables are added here. Okay, you just click on the path from the user variable, and you can see that the both Python files, both Python the path is added here, as you can see here. So as I shown you that from where we can copy that. You can go to the command line interface. You just click on the CMD and where Python. Okay, so you have to copy these paths and you can paste it here, and after that you just click on OK. So we have installed the both of the files of MPI. Let's see from the list. We have installed both of the files from the MPI. We have installed the Python, we have installed the Jupyter, and we have set the environment both for MPI and the Python. Okay, so now let's start the now we are going to open the Jupyter command line. In the command line, just write Jupyter Notebook. This will open a Jupyter Notebook. Let's wait for a while for that. Okay, the Jupyter Notebook is opening. Okay, just click on new Python file. The Python file will be open here, as you can see. This by default this file is saved with the within extension MPI4py. This is also a Python extension, but this is particularly used for the Jupyter. So I will suggest to click on the file, click on new, and then Python file. After a Python file, okay, you can write any program here. Okay, so how we are going to write any program here? I'm going to just copy any program. For example, there is a test4 program. Instead of writing any program here, I'm just opening the test4py. Okay, this is any test program which actually get the communication board, this get the rank of the processor, and just print that. So the question is how we are going to run this program on the Jupyter terminal. Okay, just click on the terminal, and in the terminal you have to just write MPI execute, okay, minus n number of processors we are on which you are going to run the program, and then Python, and after Python you write the name of the program, for example test4.py. But this will not run because it will exactly ask for the Python path. Okay, as you can see that it gives error on the Python. So what we have to do is we will give a full path of the Python there. So what will be the Python full path? We can copy it from here. Let me start one other command line interface. To find the path of the Python, just write where Python, and if you are using a Ubuntu, then you can write the which Python. Okay, we just go to the Python. Okay, this is the Python path. Copy this, and after copying that, come once again to the Jupyter terminal. MPI execute is the same, minus n is the same, 4 is the processors which we are going to run. But if there are spaces, if there are white spaces in the address, then you have to enclose this in a quotation mark. So I am enclosing that in a quotation mark. And after that I will test 4.py, which is a program which I want to run. So let's check the code again, the command again, MPI execute minus n4 means that this program will be run on 4 processors, and this is in the quotation, this is a path to the Python, and test4 shows any program. So let's check, it should run now. As you can see, the program successfully run and it print the ranks of the processors. Okay, so because we executed the program on the 4 processors, by default this computer have 6 processors, 6 cores, but I mentioned to run the program on 4 processors, so this printed the 4 processors, the 4 up to this printed the ranks up to the 4 processors. Why not to check this for in other program? For example, there is a one program, this is with the name Python 3, and this is sending this data from rank 0 to other processors. Okay, so this is with say with the Python 3. Let me change its name to the Python 3. All other things will remain same. Is this a Python 3 or test 3? Let me check that. Actually, this is written as a Python 3, so I have to run this with a Python 3. Okay. Python 3.py. Okay, so you can see that send data to rank 1, send data to rank 2, send data to rank 3, receive data on rank 2, receive data on rank 1, and so the root is sending the data, and the clients are receiving the data. So this was a simple tutorial how we can set up, how we can run the tutorial. This was a simple tutorial how to run MPI on Windows, and I hope that you will easily run that on your Windows too. Thank you so much.